damage you've done to yourself is way beyond anything else that can happen to you from me or any other judge that would be sentencing you in this criminal case. You are now a permanently convicted felon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And in case you forgot, this is Jussie Smollett, though perhaps better known by his artist name, J Smo.
Grown men killing babies. Who am I to say? All these alternative facts. Catch me outside, how about that? Build a wall. You won't keep us from loving.
Though perhaps even better known as the guy who allegedly got beat up by two Nigerian Trump supporters. At least that's his story, and he is sticking to it. In case you don't remember, this is the guy that 2 years ago faked the hate crime in Chicago, I think it was, saying that he was attacked by two Trump supporters because he was black and gay, and he was on the show Empire, and they said, "This is MAGA country." Yeah, because the inner city of Chicago is known for how Trumpian an area it is. Obviously. About the only thing that made sense in his story was that if someone actually did beat him up because he was on Empire, that I could believe. That's reasonable. What a god-awful show that was. Anyway, he was just found guilty for filing a false report and whatever, and the judge just had to roast him for some reason as he was giving out the sentence. Watch this.
You've become toxic in your own workplace. Your career future is uncertain at very best. It was really on a rocket ship to success, and now you've turned yourself into riches to rags, and it's so unfortunate. Your very name has become an adverb for lying, and I cannot imagine what could be worse than that.
You were just sentencing him to 150 days in jail. He's got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of fines, because of this, and the judge just had to roast him. But of course, his family stands by him. I mean, because clearly this was a miscarriage of justice. He didn't make any of this stuff up.
He spoke about his arrogance. He doesn't know the struggles my brother is encountering. He doesn't know anything that he's dealing with. He's spent all that time shaming him.
First of all, I want to say my brother is innocent. My brother Jussie is innocent. This should not be a controversial statement because it is the absolute truth. What should be controversial is the entire miscarriage of justice this whole ordeal has been.
My brother does not deserve this. I watched my brother go from being a complete victim, which he still is. He was attacked, and he is now going to jail for being attacked. I saw my brother get locked up within 2 weeks for being attacked. Do you know how crazy that is?
I mean, look at this, the body cam footage. That ridiculous noose that he said they poured bleach on him and put this noose on him, and he just was wearing it in his apartment. Nice. But the best part of all of this is all the people that jumped on this bandwagon, because as always, the demand for racism far outweighs the actual supply. So everyone had to jump on this, even though the thing stank to high heaven from the beginning. I mean, no one heard this story and was like, yeah, that adds up. I had never heard of this dude before this event, so I find it hard to believe that two guys would be walking around in the streets 2 a.m. in Chicago who were Trump supporters or right-wing in any way and just knew what Empire was. Or that he was in it. I'm not buying that one.
This is about coming to the aid of another brother that has tasted the brutality of hatred, racism, and bigotry.
In this situation, hate won't win. It will not.
You didn't deserve, nor anybody deserves, to have a noose put around your neck.
I wonder how many of these people are going to make public apologies for getting this just so wrong. But I mean, who could blame them? I mean, it was just so believable. It was so credible. I mean, sure, sometimes we get stuff wrong. But I mean, how could they have known?
He had bleach poured onto him.
This needs to stop.
He will forgive these people for what they did. But he won't. And we cannot forget their actions.
And hopefully this just opens up people's eyes. It's just what needs to stop, man. God damn, why are we going backwards?
There's honestly a discussion that needs to be had about why so many people are desperate for things like this to be real. Because they basically act like, well, how could I have known that this was fake when it's just so common? It happens all the time. And you go, where? Who? Well, because this one was fake, which is the only one we've been talking about, the only time something like this has happened. Where's your evidence? Why do you want this to be true? I mean, that's the real question. Why do you want this to be true?
There are a lot of evidence of violent incidents that happen at these MAGA rallies.
This is essentially terrorism, and you wonder like how deep it goes, these hateful groups that get together, or maybe hopefully it's just two people, but that's what I'm afraid of, that it's going to go a lot deeper.
Thank you for calling it terrorism, because the media does not.
It is.
It is. It's domestic terrorism.
Absolutely.
But I don't like that it's being put out there in the media that this is a possible hate crime. I think that even sows a seed that makes people feel like, well, is he making this up? Well, what is this about? I don't like that. Like, don't put that in people's minds. This man was hurt, he was injured, and he needs justice.
I will eagerly be awaiting all of these people's retractions, apologies, corrections. You know, much like I'm also eagerly awaiting them to do the same thing for calling Kyle Rittenhouse a murderous white supremacist. But I'm thinking we're going to be waiting a while.
It's the horrific details, you know, behind the premeditation for this attack. They didn't find a rope, they brought a rope. I mean,
we pretty much thought racism had come a long way when President Barack Obama was president.
But by the way, it had.
Yeah, it had, but then the hatred. So if you really want to get into that, you want to build a wall for somebody, build a wall for some of the white nationalists and supremacists.
We have a media that's saying it's a debate whether or not what just happened to Jussie Smollett is a hate crime. It's absurd. This isn't a debate.
There have been people in the government now who have made it okay for people to announce these hateful feelings that they have towards other people.
We really need to find these people.
One of the things you and I were discussing earlier is clearly anyone who lives with this kind of hate is not terribly bright.
It is strange that all these people in media are talking about how the media is saying that this might not be real. You are the media. You're literally saying the opposite of that. Who are the ones saying this? I mean, I know regular people who said it. I said it. But I didn't even have a YouTube channel at that time. And now I scream into the void for maybe 10 people. That doesn't make me a member of the media, does it? But of course, the most interesting thing to come out of this sentencing was Jussie's reaction. He seems to think the Clintons are going to kill him.
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal. That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent.
I mean, clearly he's alluding to all the suicides that are around the Clintons, right? I mean, isn't that what he's talking about? Is he comparing himself to Jeffrey Epstein? What else did this guy do if he thinks he's in the same camp as Epstein? I think we need another investigation on this guy. I mean, that's what he's talking about, right? I mean, that is a weird thing to say, dude. That's a weird thing to say.
And I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
I'm starting to think this guy's taking a trip or two to Epstein Island. I mean, what is he talking about? Who is going to try to suicide him? I don't get it. Is it just I mean, just because he's black and all white people want to kill black people or something? What is he afraid the black guys that he paid to fake a hate crime are going to come and get him? Where is he going with this?
I am not suicidal.
Okay. Mr. Uche.
I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
Well, I certainly hope that while incarcerated, Jussie gets the help that he so obviously needs. Holding up a black power fist and saying, I'm not suicidal. And, I mean, wow. I mean, this guy, he needs some help. But so do all the people that were so ready to believe him. I mean, come on. This was the worst cooked up lie I've ever heard. I mean, you had to have wanted it to be true. There's no other way that you would have bought this story. Anyway, my name is Swamp. You can go check me out on Odyssey as well, because if videos get taken off of here, they're all still on Odyssey. The channel mirrors on Odyssey. And honestly, it's better than Rumble and the other ones anyway. In my humble opinion. So like, subscribe, share it, comment, buy the merch, give me a high five. See you later.